Bubba is seeing sights he, well, never truly thought he would as he arrives in a new town. And with our little update here, y'all are full on in battle. When we left off, the creature had pretty much fully popped up out of the water, ready to rear its ugly, ugly head. And with that being said, we're going to start off in this, again, we don't have initiative, but for lack of a better term, in this initiative, the monster is going to act first. And for those of you who, again, were not here last week or maybe have forgotten, the creature that our band of misfits is getting ready to take on is an Azutl. An Azutl is a cryptid from Aztec and Mayan mythology. There are other similar creatures in some of the other North American tribes. It is said to look like a dog. But kind of like a water dog. It is got webbed clawed feet, a long tail with additional hands kind of hanging off of it. This creature is silvery and gray, and it has fur, but somehow the fur also kind of seems like scales. And it's just real kind of nasty looking. And so with that being said, let me see. I'm going to make my very first roll. Dave, you and Bubba are splashing around in this pond, and where are y'all's character sheets? Y'all would think I'd be a little bit more organized at this point, but I am not, and I probably never will be. There's Dave. You guys are splashing around in this water. You have just collapsed and completely crushed this very tiny little rowboat meant for couples to have little romantic moments on the pond. You and Bubba have completely destroyed it as you have shifted into your ogre form. Now, Dave, I need to know, or orc. You're an half orc. Dave, can you swim?
No.
No, you cannot swim.
No.
Oh, fantastic. So as you are now basically drowning, this creature rears up its tail that has this like handed claw thing at the end of it, and it's getting ready to lash out and grab you. Dave, what do you do?
I'm panic button and try and splash my way back to the bank.
Okay. Go ahead and roll plus sharp.
First. 5.
What did you roll?
5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Another 5?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Can I give him a helping hand?
Yes, you may. Bavarius, go ahead and, with helping hand, let me see. Hold on, let me pull that up really quickly. Go ahead and roll, plus...
Roll a 2.
Yeah, plus cool.
That would be an 8.
Okay, so 7 to 9 is a mixed success, so you're gonna give him +1 instead of a +2, getting him to a 6, which is still a failure, but it's not gonna be as bad for you, Dave.
I tried.
You tried, and you did save him a little bit. So, Dave, you try and like will yourself to get out of this situation, and as you're doing so, you're like clamoring to like get a hand on Bubba before this like creature just reaches out and grabs you. And so this Azultal just snatches you, just like it grabs your arm as it's like flailing and yanks you up out of the water, which isn't a bad thing because you cannot swim. But instead flings you essentially onto the banks, but now you are not near where the dock is. You are probably about, I'd say 50 feet away from it, but on the opposite side. Now you are no longer in the lake, or the pond, and I need you to mark, wait, how much harm did you say you had the last time? 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need you to mark 1 harm. Cause you're kind of a beefy boy. This doesn't hurt you too terribly, but you are now at 3 harm. So keep in mind that 4 harm means you are unstable. Currently, you are just hurt. And do you do anything after you have kind of just landed on this
Am I near any trees?
Are you near any trees?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, this pond is kind of near the wooded, where you guys are at, on the pond. It's right by the mausoleum. It's, pretty close to the camping and RV park. So yeah, I would say probably about another 10, 15 yards the opposite direction, or the direction that you were flung. If you kept moving forward, you would be near the trees and the woods. Yes.
Right. Considering one of my weapons is normally a tree limb, I head towards the trees to try and grab hold of one of the tear one of the limbs off.
Fantastic. Okay, so Dave, you have torn off towards the woods. Fantastic. Bubba, you are still. Can you swim? Can Bubba swim? I would think that Bubba, having kind of grown up on a farm, wilderness boy, you probably know how to swim. You probably went to Boy Scout camp.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. With that being said, all right, I'm gonna grab your character sheet now. Fantastic. So Bubba, you have now witnessed this insane creature that you never could have possibly imagined to be in existence. You have studied the supernatural and the unexplained for a very long time at this point, but this is beyond even what your research and connections has been able to give you. And so you have now witnessed the transformation of a stranger into the only thing you could describe it as a monster, and the only really good look at it that you got was a nice fucking ass crack. And he has now been flung, good 50 feet, maybe 60 even, by a hand's tail. What does Bubba do in this moment? Are you gonna try and make it back to land, or are you gonna try and use one of your weapons or moves? Like what's going through Bubba's head right now?
Well, if I remember right, I jumped into the water when it started going down.
Yes, you did. You are full on in the water, and because you can swim, you are on the surface.
Yeah.
But you should know that this creature has just now taken its gaze off of where it flung Dave and is now scanning the rest of the group, and it's probably going to spot you soon.
Well, I'd be packing my, what was it, the big knife, I think it was?
Yes, you have your big knife.
I'd have it on my hip, so I'd pull it out and start swimming for the dock that we just came from.
Okay, so you're going to go away from the creature, but you're going to be ready. Okay, so
Yeah.
Bubba, I need you, I'm going to say this is act under pressure, and I need you to roll plus cool. And with your do you have your character sheet in front of you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
That
you
would
have
be 2.
you have +2 to cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Eight.
Plus, so 8. So you rolled a 6 plus 2, so 8.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so with a mixed success, I'm going to give you the choice of a worst outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
Oof. Tough one. Let's go price to pay.
Okay, so Bubba, like I said, you probably went to Boy Scout camp. You grew up on a farm. Like your character isn't a super big guy, but like you are strong, and you are pushing through this water. You are making it, and you are ready to attack should you need to. And you make it back to the dock, just as this monster clocks you. So you were able to kind of fucking book it. Because when you and Dave were in the rowboat, you guys didn't make it super far out into the water, before Dave's transformation into this half-orc took place. So you didn't have a whole lot of terrain to cover, but you make it, and as you climb up on the dock, you realize that that your little portable TV radio is gone. And with that, Terrian, your character
got flown back.
Your character your character was saved by Lulu.
That's right.
So I'm
yes.
gonna you guys kind of tell me what's going on here. Lulu, Terrian, and Bavarius. The three of you are all kind of, and now Bubba, I would guess it at this point. You guys are all kind of in this kind of same little general area together. What are you all doing? Terrian, you kind of tell me what it is you're doing now that you've kind of dusted yourself off and are. are now really aware of what is happening.
Yes. So basically, I dust myself off, and I start seeing the vision again. But I was like, this creature feels familiar from a vision. I'm starting to remember it. So
Okay.
my scar on my right eye starts to glow, and then I reach in my bag because I was like, I always carry around my
have your bag.
my supplies, my weapon, just in case for these moments, because I always figured there was something more to these visions, something.
Well, not to mention too, you have spoken with your divine. You have spoken with 14.
Exactly. And
14, has told you always be prepared.
And
always
14
be ready.
has given me this weapon of my choice, which
Yes.
is a sword on a chain that will always come back to me.
Fantastic. So Terrian, but Terrian, before you move any further, you have reached into your bag. You have pulled out your sword.
Yes.
Lulu and Bavarius. Lulu, you have saved Terrian from a fate worse than death. You have now clocked Bubba and are like, this fucking guy, hey. And Bavarius, you're just kind of fucking off. Like, you're kind of like, I don't know if this really concerns me. So, the three of you kind of tell me what's going on with y'all before I move forward with Terrian's attack here.
I mean, my brain, I would assume, is like, damn, that's a man right there. I want that. I want me a piece of that.
You want that?
I want it. I crave that.
So you have kind of you have lost concentration on this monster because there is just this beautiful blue-haired man before you. Bavarius, what are you? Because again, like I said, you're kind of like just fuck it off. Like you're like, I don't know if this pertains to me, but
Well, Bavarius, seeing as his cane has been flung away from him by this creature, a little pissed him off. Then he went to go try and give Dave a helping hand to get him out of the water, and then had Dave snatched away from him by this creature. He's actually pretty pissed off. With his left hand, he lowers to the top button of his jacket and opens his jacket. His right hand goes in, grabbing the handle of what should be a blade, but it's just a handle. You may notice that there is a prominent red button on the handle itself as he pushes it down and flicks the blade out from within the handle. The blade stretches out 4.5 feet. He then... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
He then points it towards the creature.
Fantastic.
Wondering if the creature sees us.
Awesome. Cool. So I've got you and Terrian lined up here for attacks. Bubba, what's going on with you now that you've kind of made it to shore?
I get my marbles in order after getting clocked, and run over to my truck, and up on the back window, I have a gun rack. I pull my sniper out.
Yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Awesome. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna need. Dave and Bubba, I need you both to act under pressure. So you guys are gonna go ahead and roll plus cool. Terrian and Bavarius, I'm going to need the both of you to you guys are gonna kick some ass.
Yes.
So I need you guys to roll
What
plus
else we
tough.
gotta do? Plus
Roll
tough.
plus tough. So I need
Yeah.
some.
Let's go,
And,
baby.
and Lulu, again, you are just kind of like mesmerized. You are standing here in all of your demon glory. There is a magnificent double-bladed sword being pulled out of Terrian's bag. Bavarius has pulled out a 4-foot for lack of a better term, switchblade, and now this beautiful man that you have witnessed before you is tearing off back across the parking lot. Has mounted himself up on his truck with a sniper rifle, and Dave, you come barreling back out of the woods, giant tree branch in hand. It's kind of chaotic at this point now. So, okay.
I mean, I guess the only thing I could do there is fucking get ready, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so hold on, I'm gonna have to write down a lot of numbers here in a second, so give me 1 second. Okay, Bubba, what did you roll?
7.
7?
That's with the +2.
With your
Whoa!
+2. Dave, what did you roll?
-1 for my call, so 5.
What is with these fives? Oh my god!
Somebody gave us his curse.
Jesus Christ!
If it wasn't for the +cool, I'd be with them.
Same.
Oh,
Same.
yeah.
I got 7 as well.
Oh my god, you also got a 7?
Yeah.
Okay, Bavarius, what the fuck did you roll?
Are you sure you want to know?
Yes, I need to know.
5.
Oh.
Let me see. There you go.
Okay, so, Bavarius, you need to mark experience. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh
I
my.
might get a level before I die.
Oh, sweet fucking. Yeah, you're at 3 experience right now. Fucking good God. Okay, so.
Mara, you need to come save me.
Oh, fucking God in heaven. Okay, Dave, you come barreling out of the woods with this giant tree branch. This is against your nature. You do not rush into situations, especially to help strangers. You do not, expose your true form to those who you don't trust or you feel like you can't trust, and yet something has awoken inside of Dave. And Dave, you are tearing back out of the woods, just hulking, beautiful, greenish orc, glowing eyes. Your little heart-shaped patch of hair on your chest, it glows a little bit. And it's weird because it shouldn't, because it's kind of like misty and gray and there's not a lot of light out, but you are just like radiant.
If I do this, then can I do what could go wrong?
Which one?
Or that's
Oh my
what could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
If I'm charging it, I should do what? I should roll for what could go wrong.
Which one is this? Oh, what could go
It's when
wrong?
we charge into immediate danger.
Yes, okay, so go ahead and also roll that as well. On top of this 5. I want you, and yeah. Go ahead and do that.
I got an 8.
Fucking 8. Fantastic. So you come charging in. You see this 4-foot long sword like gleaming, and you kind of stumble for a minute because you're a little bit distracted, because you rolled a 5, and so your speed kind of slows down a little bit, but within 8, you're gonna inflict 1 additional harm here. Once you get a little bit closer on your next round, because like I said, you did kind of stumble a little bit. You're kind of like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Bavarius, you
Oh no.
whip out this 4-foot blade giant switchblade, and it is.
No. Sorry.
Oh, where did he go?
I hit the wrong button.
What did you do?
Oh, I went to go click on him and it. Okay.
Did you banish him to the shadow realm?
I did not. I don't think.
You're at 5.
Oh my god.
That's my job.
There we go. I'm back.
Bavarius, you pull out your blade and you admit to yourself that you are kind of having a bad day. You also acknowledge that you haven't been really engaging in your physical.
What is happening?
We've lost our host.
No.
Yeah, I almost lost me.
No. What is
happening? Anyway,
No.
you
Discord.
haven't been putting as much into your studies of your, physical training, your archaic fighting, and for the second time today, your weapon goes flying out of your hand. So it
Hey
looks
guys, I'm running out of ideas here.
it looks super fucking cool though, cause you just whip your coat open. This mysterious, out of time looking individual. You pull your sword, switchblade goes open, and it just goes right out of your fucking hand.
Oh shit.
But it doesn't get flown as super far as your other weapon did. So you will be able to pick it up pretty quickly, but you are currently disarmed. And let's
Damn
see.
you, dice.
Oh man.
5s every single time. Every single time we have had 5s. It's
Hey.
ridiculous.
That die is going to work, and
What
that
the
die's gonna work. There we go.
the Monopoly die?
Okay, so Bubba,
Kind of.
you rolled
Nice.
you rolled a 7, and you are able to get to your truck, get your sniper rifle out, and post up. But as you do, all of us, you get the creature in your scope. You are ready to go, and all of a sudden,
Yes.
it disappears,
Oh.
What?
reappears 10 feet in front of you. So it was about 50 feet away. It is now right up on your truck. It has left the water, and it is right up on your truck, and
So much for long
it's
range.
going to, oh, fuck.
Hold on, while you're thinking, I really thought you was gonna say it misfires.
No. It bites you for, one, it bites you for 1 harm.
Right?
Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba, it has now bitten you for 1 harm, but it also, you, as soon as it popped up, right in front of you, you were able to get that shot off, and you definitely, because you shoot it with a goddamn fucking sniper rifle at essentially point blank range, let me see here.
It had to take some damage, right?
Yeah, with your roll, it's got some blood coming out of it. It's looking a little worse for wear. Lulu, you see Dave taking off towards this creature that is now essentially teleported to where Bubba is. Dave, as you see it teleport, do you maintain your course, or do you wait to see if maybe it comes back?
being half orc, I have that sort of that sense of a feeling of something going past me. So I sort of dig my heels in and stop where I am.
Okay, so you stop. Lulu, what are you? You see this orcish creature come barreling out of the woods, giant branch. Monster essentially teleports to the other side of the pond. Dave stops right next to you. Lulu, what do you do?
Well, my first thought is, what the fuck is going on? My second thought would be, I see this creature like the person that I am so fucking attracted to right now. And all that goes through my head is, I don't fucking think so. So I bare my claws.
Ooh.
My nails grow about 2 or 3 inches longer and are just fully black, ready to attack.
Awesome. So you have because you don't have your character sheet, you have a move here called Pure Drive. What emotion rules you? Pick from hunger, hate, anger, fear, jealousy, greed, joy, pride, envy, lust, or cruelty. Whenever you have a chance to indulge in that emotion, you must do so immediately or act under pressure to resist. I'm gonna say that that's kind of what activates in you, and it's a combination of your lustful hunger and also this fear. Like you're a little bit scared. So do you immediately start running towards Bubba, or are you kind of like now that you have like activated this inside of yourself, do you kind of like hesitate for a minute?
No, my character is not a hesitant person, so she's just gonna barrel it and just go for it.
Okay, I want you to roll plus tough as you as you take off towards Bubba and this monster.
Okay. Do I have to add anything or subtract anything to this one?
No, you have oh, actually, you have -1 to tough.
Oh, that's fine. I can do this. Yeah. 9.
Okay, is that -1?
That's -1. So I got 2 5s. -1, 9.
Woo, the fires are coming through, guys.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Okay, fucking yes. All right, here we go. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so you're gonna choose here. You can suffer a little harm. All impending danger is now focused on you. You inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back.
I want all the danger focused on me.
You, like a fucking bolt of lightning, like flames, like almost pouring off of you. You tear across this park towards Bubba and just let out a fucking crazy demonic scream. You are just and the monster turns to look at you. Terrian and Bavarius, you have just witnessed all of this insanity like happen. Terrian, what do you do now that you have your weapons drawn? Are you gonna make your way towards the creature as well? Are you gonna move closer to Dave? Are you gonna like what's your plan here?
So I am just gonna rush up to the creature, and then I'm gonna throw my chain sword, and it's gonna cut the tail, or wrap around the tail, and then cut it off.
Okay, so
And I'm gonna use
you're
devastating on it too. I'm gonna
You're
use
gonna use which one?
devastating. I have the
Devastating. When you inflict harm, you may inflict +1 harm. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, Terrian, you rolled a 7
Yes.
on your kick some ass.
Do I need to roll again?
No. You're not gonna roll again.
No.
You two, imbued with the power and strength of your divine and your mission, you see Lulu running, you fucking take off, like, almost immediately. You take off running. You fucking, like, Mortal Kombat fucking swinging this fucking bad boy around and launch it. You're able to, on a 7, you're able to get it around its tail and yank it, and you full on, like, sever just the hand part of its tail.
Nice. Very nice.
No one puts its hands on me, okay?
You definitely, like, fucking get up in there and are able to do some damage. And it comes back to you. But as it comes back to you,
Oh shit.
you,
I hit my camera. Sorry.
No,
Lucky
like,
facing me.
the hilt, like, the bottom part, like, because you're still, like, you kind of just got this weapon. Like, you've been the chosen for a couple years, like, but 14 really didn't think you were quite ready for your divine weapon. She was like, you're a teenager. I don't necessarily feel like you should be running around with fucking knives and shit. So you maybe had your weapon a month. And so you're still kind of, like, getting used to, like, the fact that it comes back to you. And, like, the bottom part of the hill just, like, clonks you in the fucking face. And, you don't take any harm. You're not gonna take any harm, but, your migraine that you already had, it's not looking good for your migraine.
God.
Like, you are kind of bent over at this point. Dave and Bavarius, the two of you are kind of in the same place at this point. Dave, is your plan still kind of to just, like, wait here and kind of wait it out? Are you gonna try and maybe figure out what's going on here in a way that doesn't necessarily involve you rushing into danger? Or are you, like, what's Dave got going on here? And mind you, you are, like, basically you're standing, like, right next to Bavarius at this point.
Dave's really not got much common sense when he's in his orc form. It's all sort of primal. So, I'm sort of standing like a headless chicken at the moment.
You're what?
Standing around like a headless chicken at the moment because I'm not quite sure what to do.
You're not quite sure what to do. Okay, so you're just kind of standing there.
Can you please have the cat roll for initiative?
You want me to have? Okay, all right. Achako.
Bavarius, please.
Achako, you're gonna roll. Okay, so Achako rolled a 4. So.
No.
Dave, do me a favor and I'm gonna have you read a bad situation. So roll plus sharp for me. Which you have +1 to.
God. 6.
Oh God. Okay. You don't know what the fuck's going on, and honestly, you can't quite seem to get any type of grasp on how you could be of help. Like you grabbed your branch.
I'm going back to my van.
And so you just start heading back to your van.
Yeah.
Do you change back into Dave, or do you start heading back still in your orc form?
I still head back in my orc form, pulling up my trousers as I go.
Pulling up your trousers as you go. Okay, Dave is making his way towards his van. Bavarius, what do? Your blade has fallen about 2 feet away from you. Your other blade is about maybe 15 or 20 feet away. What does Bavarius do here?
So as his arms still extended, anybody watching him can see his cheeks start getting rosy out of embarrassment, as he's already lost 2 out of 3 of his weapons. But quick question: does he see where the demon creature has teleported to?
It was kind of in like the center of the lake, and it has now teleported to basically the like parking lot area, which is about 50 feet on the other side of the lake. So you can see where it's gone. Yeah, like if you've got like, because at this point the fog has kind of dissipated, and so you do have a clear line of shot. It is about 60. You're about 100, maybe 100 feet away, maybe more.
Okay, determining on the distance, I figure my shot might not be the best solution, so I'm gonna run over to my my big sword and pick it up.
Pick it up. Awesome. And you just are you gonna make your way towards the creature, or what's your deal?
Do I see where my cane sword went?
Yeah, it's like your switchblade fell like 2 feet away from you, so it's just like right there. But your cane sword, it's like another 15 feet. And like so it's on its way. Like if you were to head towards it, you would be on your way towards the creature.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick up pace quickly as I get closer to my cane sword. I'm gonna reach down and grab it. Hopefully, anyways.
I'm not gonna make you roll to pick up your sword. You just
All right.
You just do that. Dave, you start heading towards your RV.
62 to 67.
And
That's not fun. Yeah.
something. Where is it? Aha, there it is. You actually. Dave. You see. 4 sets of eyes appear in the woods, like right next to your van. What do you do?
I'm a big scaredy cat, so obviously I try and run the opposite direction.
So now, okay, you go to.
No, actually, no, I'm in my orc form, and so.
Yeah.
I need to stop. Hang on. See what. Right. Can I roll for oops?
Roll for oops. Let's see here. Yeah, so go ahead and roll plus sharp. You're gonna read a bad situation here.
You said plus sharp, didn't you?
Yes, you have +1 to sharp.
Yeah,
And
so 9.
9. Perfect. You have seen these eyes before. You and not just here in the woods near your van. You recognize these eyes from the few times that you have gone into town picking up applications, doing these kinds of things. And one of the sets of eyes is a very bright greenish blue that is growing and glowing, and the other set seems to be almost like a glowing shimmering silver, and you realize that these you have seen these eyes in town as you have seen them in the faces of two of what you would assume to be two of the students at the university. But what do you do?
I call them out because obviously seeing them skulking around town often.
What do you say to these two sets of glowing eyes? Because that's all you see. That's all you see. All you see are two sets of glowing eyes. What does Dave say?
No, I just give off this huge, massive, primordial growl from the middle of my chest. And
You just growl at them.
yeah, because obviously knowing these eyes, I know what will scare them off.
So you're trying to scare them off. Okay.
Right.
If you're trying to scare them if you're trying to scare them off, I need you to
Manipulate?
roll plus charm. Dave, you have 2 to charm.
Alright, okay, this should be fun. Oh no, this is not going to be fun. Well, it's not too bad. 8.
8. For a moment, the eyes For a moment, the eyes continue to look at you, and you kind of start to make out a shape at or shapes. You seem to make out 2 shapes. And I want you, Dave, I want you to mark this down because this is gonna come into play here in just a few minutes. But I want you to remember for me so that I don't forget.
Yeah.
You make out the shape of what seems to be two two small dog-like shapes, probably about 2.5 feet 2.5 feet tall on all fours, about average dog height. And you get the sense that they they're here to help you. So what I want you to do is think of what it is you want them to do, and I'm going to ask you what that is here in just a bit. Okay?
Okay.
The eyes disappear. The shapes or the forms that you thought you saw completely disappear, and you turn around you know that help is on its way, and you start making your way towards the monster. Bubba,
Yes.
this creature is now in front of you still. Lulu, are you know, getting right up on it. You are close to making your attack. Lulu, go ahead and roll plus tough. And Bubba, you actually Terrian, I'll come
Yes.
back to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back to you. Yeah, so Bubba, go ahead and tell me, now that you have kind of done a little bit of damage, you see Lulu and her flaming demon glory getting ready to rear her claws. What do you do?
Well, I rack another round and wait to see what Lulu's gonna do, so I don't accidentally shoot Lulu.
Fantastic. All right. With that being said,
But I also keep it in my sights just in case Lulu misses.
fantastic. All right. Bavarius, what you have started making your way towards the monster too, correct?
Yes. As soon as I picked up my cane sword, I rushed as quickly as I can, sprinting right towards him. Cane sword in one hand, other sword in the other.
Fantastic. You are coming up not pretty quickly on Lulu, but you are a little bit behind her. Lulu, you rolled plus tough, correct?
That is correct.
I don't like the sound of your voice, young lady. What did you roll?
This is the first nat.
What?
Nice.
I rolled 2 6s with toughness -1, so I've got an 11. Fuck you all. I'm carrying you all now. You're fucking fired.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good. Okay.
We're giving all of our luck to you, Lulu.
All right. On a 10 plus, Lulu, on a 10 plus, you choose one extra effect. You can gain advantage, meaning on all of your additional rolls, you're going to take +1, or you can give +1 to another hunter on their next rolls throughout this battle. You can suffer 1 less harm, or you can force the monster where you want it.
I think I would like to force the monster where I want it, because I kind of want to get it away from Bubba and don't want to give it too much, get him into too much damage.
Fantastic. Lulu, do you say anything as you just leap into the air and mount this fucking water dog and rip your claws into it? Do you say something to Bubba or Bavarius or Terrian who are right there with you, or do you just start fucking yelling at this creature?
I am just going to yell to the general here. If you guys don't start doing some fucking damage, you guys are next.
You just start cussing these 3 bin out. You have just full on dug in to this fucking character. As you get into it. So you're just ripping this scaly matty fur off of this creature, and as you're doing so, it takes its tail and it kind of it's granted it doesn't have its clawed hands on it anymore, but it knocks you in the back, and you fall off, and Lulu, go ahead, Lulu, go ahead and take one harm. You're gonna take one harm on this.
What? After that roll? Damn.
Everyone takes harm on attack rolls. That is how Monster of the Week works.
Yep.
If she didn't want to take harm, then she could have taken one less harm as her action. She chose not to. You, as you have clawed into it, and it's trying to like knock you off. Oh, where'd she go?
I scared her.
You scared her away, Terry.
No, you yelled.
I'm sure it's the shadow realm.
I'm just kidding.
You vanished to the shadow realm. I'm gonna wait for her to come back.
By the way, Pavilion. Oh my God, I'm not pronouncing your name right. Bavarius. What's my power level right now?
Your power level.
Yeah. The way their mic's set, it looks like you're wearing one of those.
Oh. 9,000.
9,000. Lulu, like I said, you've dug into the back of this creature. It's like trying to knock you off with its tail, and as it does so, it starts stepping back towards the water a little bit more. Hold on, I need to do this. Bubba, you have locked and loaded another round. Bavarius, you are coming up on this creature, and you've kind of pivoted now that it's stepped back towards the water. You're getting ready to go for it. Dave, you have started making your way over there, giant branch still in hand, filled with a sense of hope as you know that you don't know what, but you know that something is coming to help you. And Terrian, you're kind of bent over, you clocked yourself in the head, your migraine is pounding, and you're trying to just kind of like recenter yourself. As all of this is happening, and you guys are kind of feeling like you have a grasp on this, Lulu, you definitely feel like you could take this monster on all by yourself. Bubba, you are truly just in awe of this demonic entity in front of you. Just tearing this creature apart. Bavarius, you are feeling a sense of embarrassment and a little bit of shame, but your anger is it's almost radiating off of you at this point. And all of a sudden, across the lake, actually, I need everyone to roll plus sharp right now.
Sharp. Oh, thank God.
Let me guess. Sharp is +1.
Oh!
Lulu.
Sharp is +1.
Lulu, you have -1 on this roll.
God.
Okay, what did everybody roll?
I got
8.
Okay, hold on. Bubba, what did you roll?
8.
An 8. Dave, what did you roll? Dave? Fucking 5. Bavarius, what did you roll?
Just call me wild. 5.
Just call you
God.
wild. I didn't
Terrian.
start this. I rolled a
Terrian.
13.
A 13? Lulu,
Nice.
Lulu, what did you roll?
Very nice, wild.
I rolled an 11, but because it's -1, it'll be 10.
Okay, that's still a success. Lulu, Terrian, and Bubba, You look out across the lake back towards the mausoleum, and a bright light, almost like a power beam, shoots across the lake and wraps around the creature, almost in like a spider web type effect. Dave, again, you knew something was coming to help, but this isn't quite what you expected. Bavarius, you again are just, you're kind of dumbfounded and kind of in shock of what you are witnessing here. Not, again, just like Dave, not really sure what's going on. And as this spider web of oh, who do we lose? We lost Bavarius again. Oh wait. There he is. As this spider web of light wraps around this creature, you see, making its way across the lake, essentially running on water, you
Dog?
see two demon-looking dogs. Think like Resident Evil, okay? Like,
Okay.
you see
Nice.
you see these two Resident Evil looking demon dogs, thick red and blue rotting looking skin, rushing across the lake, and not necessarily rushing, but also walking across the lake as if walking on water. You see a dark-haired woman with dark eyes, with her hand outstretched. She like Lulu is wearing kind of this goth attire, but think like old goth attire. Like, she's an old goth. Like, you could tell, like, she is much older than all of you.
My type of woman.
all of you younger people. Dave, you can't quite seem to place her age, because like you, she is older, but she also almost seems ageless. Hand outstretched, light protruding from it, demon dogs rushing past her at her side. This web of light ensnares this creature, and on the surface of, because like I said, it had backed up into the water, and on top of the surface of the water, kind of where this creature is, you see a circle, like a circle of light appear, and these runic, archaic symbols appear. Almost, again, this is almost like a casting circle appear, and the dogs take a piece of the light in their mouth, and they just drag this creature essentially under the water, but it's not going into the water, it's going into this portal. And the dogs seem to be going under with it. The woman stops at the edge of this circle of light as this begins to happen. The monster is fully taken into this portal, and the webs and light disintegrate, and bubbling up out of the water where the dogs had just disappeared, you start to see the heads of two Well, to Bavarius and Dave, two familiar individuals, the twins, rise up out of the water where the dogs were. And the monster is gone. It has been banished. Everyone is safe. And this, Dave, you have now fully caught up with the rest of this group, and the twins are standing next to this dark-haired woman. Oh my god, we keep losing Bavarius. The twins are standing next to this dark-haired woman, and not saying anything, and where there's her character sheet. And she looks kind of like scans all of you, and y'all are all just, again, you all are in a completely separate sense of dumbfoundedness, and she kind of scans all of you, almost looking at you as if she's kind of known you for a while, but you definitely don't know her. And she says, "Not bad. Not bad at all. You, Lulu," she looks at you, and you're kind of taken aback, like she knows your name. "Lulu, I, much stronger than, you like to let people on." She turns to you, Bubba, and she says, "Huh, I see you got my letter. Welcome to Elaine. Now, for the rest of you, you have some work to do." And you all just kind of stare at this woman and the twins a little bit dumbfoundedly. And what do you all do as this dark-haired old goth lady and the twins stand before you? What do you all do?
I bow.
You bow. Lulu bows.
She is a much more powerful person, I can tell, because obviously she's fucking powerful. So I would respectfully bow and say, "My lady, thank you for coming." Because I'm a respectful bitch. Fuck you all.
She looks at you as you have kind of, gotten on your knees and are bowing before you, and she just kind of like looks at you and like shakes her head and like gestures for you to like stand up. Like, this is not worth her even like saying anything to. What about the rest? What about the rest of you?
I walk up and shake her hand to thank her.
Terrian, hold on.
Very awkwardly walk up to shake her hand to thank her.
Hold on.
Thank you, madam. I try to do an accent too. Thank you, madam.
Terrian, she sees your outstretched hand, and she kind of looks at you, and like, you know that she knows you, and so like, you know that she knows that this accent is not who you are, and she kind of smiles, and kind of like a motherly grin, like she realizes that you're just a kid, like, yeah, and you're trying here, and she kind of like awkwardly like shakes your hand, and she's like, "Yeah, you can drop the accent. It's fine. It's fine." What about the rest of you three? What do you all do?
Bavarius is wondering.
Bavarius is what?
Bavarius is wondering if he recognizes this lady.
Bavarius, go ahead and let's see. You're gonna investigate a mystery. So go ahead and roll plus sharp for me.
All right, it is not a 5.
What is it?
9.
You roll a
Nice.
9. Okay. You can ask me one question. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? What's being concealed here? And so with you trying to kind of figure out if you recognize her, or maybe like you're trying to figure out, okay, is she like a former member of the PEP Institute? Is she affiliated with the sect in some way? Like, type of deal. I would say I would
What sort of
probably.
creature is she?
Okay, what sort of creature is she? With a 9, you can tell that this woman, you definitely have never met her in your life. She never ever was like at the institute, never at the compound that like you grew up in, but you definitely can feel a very almost like it's almost radiating off of her, and because of who your mother is, you can kind of see like a little trace of like silver ethereal light coming off of her, and you know that this is a very strong and powerful um like divining woman. Like she she has a deep rooted connection with the other side. Like she has the ability to speak and commune with creatures and entities and ghosts and spirits. That's what you get, but you definitely do not know her. Bubba or Dave? What do you do?
Well, I would stand there in shock at just like what just happened as
Yeah,
I
for sure.
slowly, put my gun in safety mode and put it back in my truck and grab the paper she sent to me and walk over to her and just ask her, I don't know. I don't know what I'd ask yet.
You, as you're putting your gun back in its like gun rack in your truck, you don't reach for the file. You open up your glove compartment and you pull out a small little just envelope, just a standard size envelope with a letter in it, and that you received about a month ago. So before this letter is the reason that you picked. This is why you are here. Like you're here to figure out what happened to Jackie, but this is the letter that gave you the place to come to, and you walk up to this woman, and you're just holding the letter, and you're just kind of eyeing her like you're not really sure what to say, because like you don't know the rest of these people, you don't know what they know, but you hold the letter so that way like you kind of acknowledge that like, yeah, you and me are gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
um Dave, Dave, what do you do? Dave, are you still in orc form? Or like, are you still
Yes.
in orc? You're still in.
I catch her glaze. I catch her glaze. Her gaze, and I know her from my past. We've met before in the past.
You
Obviously,
have.
no one knows my true age, and I've met her before.
You have
And,
met her. You have met her before. You met her before when you so before coming to, Elaine, uh, you know, Virginia, you kind of have been all over the United States. You know, you've been around. You know, like you've been in town. What we say about 2 months, couple of months at this point. But about 10 years ago, you were out in Nevada and you crossed paths with this woman. Um, and Dave, I'm gonna send you a quick private message really quickly. Because I want you to acknowledge her by name, so that way she knows that you remember her. Okay?
Okay, to that. The last time that we met, we'd embraced, shall we say, at one point, obviously being different to most other people. We had a common goal back then, and I just look at her and I say, well, where did you disappear to?
You look at her and like you said, you look at her and you say Constance, you know, where have you been? Where did you go? Have you been here this whole time? And Constance kind of, nods her head and shrugs and smiles and says, it's a very good question, Dave. I think that these questions that you all have, that I'm sure you are filled with, I, c- I can give you the answers, but there's someone else who wishes to speak with all of you, and he has all of the answers that I think each and every one of you is looking for. Um, and and why don't you all come with me? Um, and Dave, you made a roll earlier that you rolled to manipulate someone. I'm gonna give you the choice here. You can either choose to act on that in regards to the twins or in regards to Constance.
That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
No, actually, that's a difficult one.
You gotta choose.
Thing is, are the twins from my past? Are they not
You
from
know,
my past?
the twins are not from your past. The
Right,
twins.
then it would be the twins then.
Okay. So, you rolled a 7. So on a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. What do you ask the twins to do?
I don't know. That's a good question. Considering what's happened.
Considering what's happened and considering that Constance has now asked all of you to come to an undisclosed location with her. To talk to.
Then I would ask the twins, what's the catch?
What's the catch?
What's hidden behind the words?
V and Tops kind of look at each other and they look at you and they say, well, I don't know. Tops, V is kind of like, well, I mean, we kind of have to tell them. I mean, it's not really fair. Tops kind of rolls her eyes and she's like, fine, fine. What's beyond the woods is a place of haven and safety for us who are aware of the crypto realm. Um, we don't have all of the answers to what goes on there and what's happening now, but please, you obviously know Constance. Trust her that if you just come with us and talk with our lack of a better word, our boss, V V kind of like now he like rolls his eyes and he's like he's not our boss. No, he's the boss of me. Shut up! He's our boss. We do things for him. He tells us what to do and we do them. Just come with us. We'll be there too. You can trust us, and we trust Constance with our lives, and she obviously knows you. She has spoken of you in high regard, which is why she sent us. Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Dave, was it? She sent us specifically to watch over you. Which is why you have, noticed us in the woods before. So just please come with us, and we promise you that Constance has nothing to hide here, but it's not safe for all of us to remain where we are. If you all want answers, which I'm sure you do, show of hands, who wants answers? Yes, thank you. My thoughts exactly. See, V, they're not entirely unreasonable. V is just kind of. V has.
I don't trust him.
You don't trust the twins?
I don't trust Constance. I don't trust Constance after what happened.
Constance sees that you are kind of in the balance here, and she looks at you and she says, Dave, I know that there is a sense of betrayal here, and you don't trust people very easily, and you trusted me for a very long time, and that trust was broken when I left. I promise you, I promise you on the spiritual mother that you will get all of the answers that you need, and not just from me, but from my business partner as well. And she mentions the spiritual mother, and you know how important this constant saying that is, and so you reluctantly like nod your head, and you're not happy about this, but you nod your head, and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, fine. Lulu, since you have knelt before Constance at this point, your demon form has dissipated. You have shifted back into your normal self. Dave, you kind of get the sense that, okay, we're going to a much more public place than this. You put your glamour back. You put your ring back on around your neck. You immediately resume your no pun intended mundane appearance, and you all follow Constance and the twins into town. It's a short walk. I mean, the everything is so very close to each other in this town. The university basically takes up like half of the town. and and so you all leave the park, and you walk past the university. You take another turn, and you're kind of in just this like restaurant club district, I mean, and again, small college town, but you've got little shop, like little hipster like clothing shops, and a couple of small bistros, and down towards the end of the block, you see a striped awning. It's faded. There's some like neon lights in the window. The building itself on the inside seems to be pretty dark, but it's definitely open. And on outside on the wall of this brick building is a sign with um with what looks to be kind of an outline cartoonish drawing of what everyone would know to be the Loch Ness monster, and in cursively written neon, it says the Pound Town Tavern. And
I'm sorry.
You all walk into this small little dive bar. It is very dimly lit, but you are able to see on the walls, it's your typical, dive bar. It's got a mismatch of, tables and booths, like obviously they've had to like replace things throughout the years. So nothing really matches, it's kind of a hodgepodge of like, he definitely shops at, for all of his like equipment and stuff, and like, seating at like, like auctions or like businesses that are going out of town, that type of thing. But on the walls, you see posters of like for like old monster movies, and you see like Bigfoot crossing road signs. On the back wall near where the entrance to like what you would assume the kitchen would be is a beautiful mural of the Loch Ness monster. And there's just other cryptid and occult type paraphernalia everywhere. Some news clippings of like the New Jersey Devil and that kind of stuff. But near the front entrance there is a display case. And in this display case, you see what looks to be like awards and nominations and news clippings of of the professors and the group that studies cryptozoology at the university. But you also see kind of like on the middle shelf, but almost kind of like tucked back behind like some like smaller awards. Um you see a old photograph. Um of two young boys, one with blonde hair, one with red, um, standing in front of a giant river with like this big like cavern behind them, and there kind of seems to be like a brownish red like flecks of like dirt stains like kind of like across it. And as you're making your way through, Constance and the twins take you into the back, past the kitchen, through another door, and into a back room.
I grab her a snack in the kitchen.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not having it, move.
Like I just still like someone was just about to put a play out for the order, and I still like some fries off of it.
Terrian, I need you to roll plus cool.
Plus cool, got it. You know, I'm not that very cool, but let's go.
You have
Oh
like,
shit! I got 6.
If he doesn't get it, can I slap his hand away? Fuck it,
Wait.
no.
what did you roll?
A 6.
That's a failure. That's a complete failure.
Don't slap
you-
my hand. How dare you?
You reach out to like steal like a plate of fries off of like the hot plate, and like Lulu, you like see this about to happen, and like you're able to like have your tail like reappear and just snap. And you snap his hand away before he's able to grab it, and before the like butt boy like notices, you know, like before like one of the like servers like notices. And you are led into this back room, and in this back room there is a giant circular table. And there is a tall-ish older man. He's got like silvery hair, but almost kind of like a reddish brown tint to it as well. He's got kind of like a greenish eyes, but they're like sad, so they're kind of like black and gray. You know, that you assume that he once had very beautiful green eyes, but due to whatever is going on, his eyes are tired. He's thin-ish, but seems to still be a rather fit individual. He is wearing skinny jeans, a t-shirt with Nessie on it, and it's just like a chunky cardigan. And at the table, there are 8 glasses filled with what looks like a dark, fizzy beverage. And there's some.
I'm gonna just walk up as quickly as I can, grab one of those glasses, and drink it. If they allow me.
I have started something.
I'm a little thirsty. This was a pretty long walk. I'm pretty thirsty. Now I see a beverage. I'm gonna go grab one. It looks like there's enough for everybody. Why not?
Bavarius, I also need you to roll plus cool.
Slap him as well.
Slap this.
What you
Only-
mean, minus cool?
Right.
You get a 9. You walk up to kind of like the left side of the table, so you're kind of like furthest. You've kind of separated yourself from everybody, and you're kind of standing on like the edge of the group. And
I'm acting like Mr. Bean here all by myself.
yeah, you're having like a Mr. Bean moment. You're just kind of like, and you just kind of grab like the cup, and like you're like waiting to like actually drink it. That like you're doing that like slow motion, like the slower
Nobody's gonna see me doing this.
the slower I move, the less likely it is someone's going to catch me. And so as this happens, no one has clocked you yet, and the older gentleman at the table looks up from the papers and goes, greeting. My name. Oh no, we lost him.
My name is, and he's gone.
Greeting. My name is Professor Puppy, and you are all now on a journey that will change the way the world is viewed forever. Please sit. Have a pick-me-up, like your dear friend Bavarius just did. Bavarius,
Takes a quick.
Bavarius, you are like literally about to put it to your mouth, and you like a little bit like kind of like dribbles down like your chin.
Just quickly wipe it up. Oh,
You're like
I just drink it like a shot. Then I pick it up and drink
you
it like a
just like
shot.
take this entire pint glass and just like
Chug
knock
it.
it back frat boy style.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, but how do we know that he's not poisoned us? Fucking dumbasses. We just met this guy and you're accepting a drink from him.
You know, so I'm charming, but I'm not that cool, so.
No, we've just walked into this establishment, followed this weird lady with these two twins, who we literally just saw drag a monster down into a fucking underworld, and about to stand there and drink a drink from a complete fucking stranger that we've met for 2 fucking seconds.
Okay,
being her brother are saying that it's okay. I'm believing them. I have known these two for many, many years.
yeah, Bavarius, you go to school with V and his sister Tops. Like, you know the twins. Like, he's in class with them.
Come on, internet connection. Smarten the hell up.
So with that, Lulu, I take it that even though you have a very high sense of respect for Constance, you don't take of the drink. Is there anything you want to do to, like, maybe figure out, like, get, like, confirmation that, like, this isn't poison?
Literally, I looked at him and go, how the fuck do we know it's not poisoned?
Bavarius takes another sip.
I'm gonna punch you.
I'll take Lulu's then.
No, hold on. Lulu, I need you to roll plus sharp,
Oh crap!
and you have -1 to this.
I got 8.
8. Okay, fantastic. You make eye contact with. Well, actually, no. You kind of like clock. You kind of clock the room. Dave, and Bubba, have you all picked up your drinks?
No. I'm at the very back, just watching what's going on.
Okay. Dave, have you picked up your drink?
No, I got shouted at for going back to work.
What?
I got shouted at to get back to work.
Lulu,
I work in the tavern, don't I?
not yet. You have not gotten hired on at the tavern, but you have been to the tavern before, but you realize now that you have never seen Constance there. But you, Dave, are familiar with the beverage that is on the table. And you
Yeah, and it tastes like weak piss.
and you know for a fact that it is not the most delicious thing.
What I would do is, as I've been here before, I know where all the nice stuff is hidden behind the bar. So I walk around the bar and hand myself behind one of the shelves.
You guys aren't in the bar area. You're in the back room.
Well, there's a place by the back door. There's like a loose board in the wall where they keep all the expensive bottles.
He really wants the expensive shit, does he?
He wants the expensive shit.
Definitely does.
But Dave, you do know that drinking,
And driving is illegal.
is illegal.
Stay in school.
No driving your RV.
This has been a PSA announcement from Off-Branded.
Dave, you know that even though this is the best tasting beverage, you do know that if you drink this, you're gonna feel a lot better. Like, you're gonna feel healed. So,
Oh, for fuck. Is this going to be one of those potion things? You drink it and you're fucking magically all fucking better.
there's only one way.
Magically delicious.
There's only one way.
Yeah,
To...
Dude, I don't.
What's
I
it
haven't
gonna
touched
do to
alcohol
me
since
with no harm?
Hold on, sorry,
I-
Dave. What was that?
I haven't touched alcohol since the last time I met Constance. So
Okay.
yeah.
But you do know that this is not poison. Bubba, what were you gonna say?
Said, what was this gonna do to me since I have no harm?
Only way to find out. So, Lulu, you see Constance and the twins look at you after you have basically been like, what the fuck is y'all's problem drinking shit from strangers in a back room? And they're like, yeah. And so they knock their drinks back. And they knock their drinks back. You see that Terrian and Bavarius have also knocked their drinks back. And I mean, it's been about 90 seconds, and Lulu, given your demonic nature, you're very, like, aware of, like, what you consume in your body because of, you're part demon. Like, you can't eat a lot of salt. Like, you have to be, like, really careful with the type of herbs and stuff that you cook with because, maybe
I don't
like
want to cast myself out.
exactly. And so you are aware that usually within about 90 seconds of consuming something, you're able to tell if it's harmful. And so you realize that because Constance and the twins and, Bavarius and Terrian all seem to be okay, that it's safe. It's safe.
Fuck it, I'll knock it back then.
You fucking knock it back.
Knock it back. Knock it back.
Knock it back. Before we continue on, because Bavarius had to step out for just a second. He's having a quick smoke.
Incorrected. I do have one harm I forgot. I put it on the wrong line.
So
Yeah,
wait,
go
did that
ahead
drink
and
made us feel better?
If you took harm, go ahead and heal yourself, and you are all back to perfect health.
Woot woot.
Yes.
Yay, I'm as healthy as a demon can be.
This is why I did it in pencil, guys. Always do it in pencil.
Always do it in pencil, or if you're me, fucking erasable pen.
I've got one of
On
those
the computer.
erasable pens.
Notepad.
Fucking brilliant.
Fantastic. So, you all sit down, to, this circular table with, Professor Peppy and Constance and the twins. And, Professor Peppy looks at you and says, I was not able to be there and in the clutches of your battle today, as I was pulling together all of this information for you and what's going on. For those of you who have been in town a while, young Bavarius, Terrian, Lulu, you know that Lulu and Terrian and Bavarius, you know that Elaine is a very strange and different town. It is unique, it is special, but there is also mystery and secrets lurking around every corner. Dave, you know Constance, you know that everywhere you go in this world and in this country, there's always a mystery. There's always something hidden, and that, given your nature, is why you have to. Young man, why are you flipping off this incredibly quiet blue-haired boy? What has he done to you?
I apologize.
Incredibly
It was
rude
it was the
child.
voices in my head telling me something. That's all. In my
14?
head.
What was 14 saying to you?
She just they just screamed
You,
really loudly in my
Tyrion.
ear.
Tyrion, you dead ass stop, because at this point, like, food has been brought to the table. There's French fries, like appetizer type shit. You dead on stop with like a potato skin in your mouth as he says 14.
Oh.
You
Wait, how
have
do you know
not
14?
told- You have not told a single
Yeah. Yeah.
about 14. No one knows you are the chosen, and so you're just kind of, and you ask Professor Peppy, how do you know about 14? Like, and he kind of looks at you and says,
Yeah. How do you know about 14? Like, what the fuck is? Get out of my head. Can you read minds? Professor, can you read minds?
I cannot read minds, but I have dedicated my entire life to the study of the other side. And therefore I have come in contact with many things, and I am very familiar with 14 and her powers and her connection to you. She actually, you know what? I'll let her tell you about it. Anyway, I was saying,
I
you
hate
are.
to break it up for a second, but I gotta go take care of some stuff that just came up.
That's fine. That's fine.
I don't know how long it's gonna be is the issue.
Bubba, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this into the story really quick. So give me like a minute.
Okay.
Bubba, your character like stands up from the table. Your phone has gone off, and you see a text from a number that you haven't gotten a text from in probably 5 years. And you kind of stand up from the table, and you look at Constance and Professor Peppy, and just like real quick say, I'm so sorry, like I want answers. I'm gonna have to come back. Just like give me something like that to go off of.
You want me to say it, or?
Yeah, go for it. This is your character.
Well, I just got a random text. I gotta go take care of it. I'm really sorry. I will be right back. I don't know how long it's gonna be. So I run out to my truck, get in my truck, and read the text.
You leave. As you're leaving the room, Professor Peppy looks at you and says, "The twins will find you later, and we will talk. Go do what you need to do for Jackie." And you just kind of again dumbfoundedly like look at him, and you go.
Sorry.
And we'll fill you in on what happens next, because we'll be wrapping up soon-ish. But I'll be sure to fill you in.
I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Bye,
Bubba.
Bubba.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Upon hearing the word text, Bavarius gets a very sinking feeling in his heart, knowing his phone is just destroyed. His mother's just gonna kill him when she finds him. Like, this is not good. At this point, he's thinking his entire sect is gonna just kill him for this. Just MIA, no word, nothing.
And on that note, Lulu's taking out a fag and she's gonna have a smoke because you guys are fucking crazy at this point.
Bubba leaves, and Professor Peppy is like, "Well, this isn't quite what I had planned for our little group of adventurers and explorers and the like. But alas, we all have our own internal missions, our own internal goals, and as important as those are, it is also important to understand that they are all connected. And you cannot get all of the answers without having all of the history." And as Professor Peppy says, having all of the history, you notice that like Constance kind of like squirms, like uncomfortably. And so Professor Peppy says, "These are the answers I can give you right now. I, as Bavarius, you probably know, I am the former head of the Department of Cryptozoology and Paranormal Phenomenon at Alexandria University.
Yes, sir.
I was removed from my position due to betrayal. Dr. Slice was my assistant and my best friend. I have known him my whole life. And he has started. Well, I don't want to be dramatic, but it is a very dire situation. Basically, the apocalypse is coming, and it is bad.
A fucking minute, love.
Yes,
So you're telling me that some crackpot old fool is bringing upon us an apocalypse,
yes.
and you've brought us in here for what fucking reason? Do you expect us to deal with it?
Not by yourselves and not alone. Hopefully, together with each other and with myself. I have no intention of abandoning you this quest. As I said, I could not be there for you today, but I made sure that Constance and Tops and V were there for you. I am as much about this mission and stopping this problem and this great danger. If I could take it on by myself, I would, but I cannot. I cannot do it alone. And young Lulu, I admire and I respect your caution, and I understand the place that it comes from. I would also think that given your position, the apocalypse, hell rising, the ethereal plane, um, Gorgesh coming back is not something you particularly want.
I mean, it wouldn't be ideal, no, but
Right.
Mhm.
So obviously this is entirely up to all of you, but let me make it very clear. Um and Bavarius, I know this is probably not something you are going to like to hear, and I am sure that you will be treading with much more caution and reluctance if you choose to help, which I hope you do, because I know that is as much as you believe in your cause, you have doubt. But how do I say this? APEP and the Order of Set have returned, and they are here under the control of Dr. Slice to bring about this apocalypse by means of tearing open the cryptic realm and bringing about hell. And Dave, you know about the ethereal plane. You know about the cryptic realm. You know about the demonic realm. You even are familiar with the land of fairy and fae and ogres, and you know how dangerous it would be not only for your family and your clan, but for the world itself if all of those planes of existence were ripped open. And so I am begging you. Apep cannot be brought into this world, and the Order of Set cannot seek to take about everything. So of course go take, obviously there's a lot to think about here, but please go to your home, um, and think about my offer. I promise you protection. I promise to fight at your side, and I promise that any answers you have about your past and your future, I will do my best to either help you find or give you the answer. So you may go now if you wish. You may stay. Um, Bavarius, I want to start with you. You for a fact have got to you for a fact have got to get the fuck out of here. And so I would assume that you would return back to your dorm and you would log on to your laptop and you would pull up your how do I put it? How would I describe this? You are part of a online chat group that is pretty much encrypted and nobody can hack it or anything like that. And this is kind of what you utilize to figure out what's going on with like former members of your sect, kind of like any like type of like weaponry that's not normal or modified. You log in and you pull up an instant message. Like you pull up an instant message to Yuri, who is your guy. That Yuri was in the sect. He left. He joined the military. Since he's been out, you know that he's kind of become like a bounty hunter, mercenary, but he's also kind of the guy that can like get you things. And so my guess is that you are gonna message Yuri because you don't have a phone. And so
Yes.
so you pull up Instant Messenger and what do you type out to Yuri?
Quick message trying to keep it encrypted as possible. Yuri, need phone. Meet me at same location.
You sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes and you see Yuri comes online. And you see the little like ellipses and they stop. And then they start back up again and they stop. And then you just see cool with a like thumbs up.
Upon seeing that, I'm gonna log off and make my way to the usual spot.
To the what?
The usual spot, aka my dorm room.
Well, you're already in your dorm room, so my guess is that Yuri's the kind of guy that like he's not just gonna show up on campus property. So you leave and you make your way to so when you guys were at Professor Pepe's, when you were at the Pound Town Tavern, you went down Main Street and then you went down like another street, and it's like a nice district. It's like the club restaurant district, but there's like another on the like going the opposite direction on that street. That's the seedy part of downtown Elaine, and so you make your way there. Terrian.
Yes.
What do? Do you stay at the tavern? Are you gonna head back home?
No, I'm gonna head to the place where I first met T. Tiny, 14.
Where you first met 14.
Which was
So,
at the back of the movie theater.
So Terrian, you stand up and you look at
Because I have
Professor
some
Pepe.
answers that needs question.
Yeah.
I have some.
You
I don't have answers that need answering. I have some questions need answering.
you turn and you look at Professor Peppy and Constance and the twins, and you're like, yeah, I gotta go. Like, what do you say to them as you leave?
Well, I look at Professor Pepe, which he was the one that recognized 14 without them being there.
Yeah.
So I look at him, I was like, I have to go now to go talk to 14, right? And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And he goes, yes, of course. Give them my, tell them I said hi. I'm sure they'll probably be a bit annoyed because they did definitely tell me not to say, but it's fine. It's fine. Go talk to 14. So you make your way again. It's not super far from the tavern. It's maybe a 10-minute walk, and instead of going up through the front of the Ramesseum, you go down like an alley that's in between like the universe, like between like the university dorms and like a administration building, and then like is the Ramesseum, and there's like a little alleyway in between. And so you've been down this alleyway hundreds of times. This is where you skateboard with Jackson, and like you get into like hoodwinks and just general teen
This is
stuff.
where I got my first scar on my eye.
This is where you were trying to be like really cool, and you just like face planted into a dumpster, and now you just have the scar across your eye. And you go around behind the Ramesseum, and behind the Ramesseum is it's kind of like a loading dock, and like you're definitely not supposed to be back there. Like Professor Spathis and like other faculty members have like shooed you off like several times, but it's later in the evening at this point. I mean, it's probably like 9, 10 o'clock. Like the theater closes at like 9:30. Like and like trash has already been taken out. Like you're good to be back here. Like no one's gonna say anything. And here. As you're sitting there, now normally 14, they just kind of show up,
Yeah.
and so you're not entirely sure how to get 14 to like present themselves.
I mean, after all this time, I still haven't figured that out, huh? Training with them.
So you became the chosen like your eighth grade year is
Yeah.
when for so that's the thing is 14 actually presented themselves to you before you moved to Elaine, but you didn't know what was going on. You were like, no, these are just bad dreams. Like, I'm just like I have a lot of anxiety because I can't make friends, and it's like manifesting. And so it wasn't until like your junior year of high school when you were getting ready to move that you really were like, this is real. And so you really just you were at that point like 14 like kind of was like not really communicating with you because you weren't being receptive, so it was just vision after vision. So about a year and a half ago is when you first actually like acknowledged 14. Like they finally were like, I'm gonna give it one more chance. Like I'm gonna give it one more try. And so yeah, you don't really have an idea of how to call upon 14. So I want you to let me look at your sheet really quickly. again, what? Um. Okay, Tyrion. I would like for you to. I want you to roll plus weird.
Plus weird. Alright.
You have -1.
I have -1.
But-
Yeah.
But you remember.
So I'm doing
you...
Destiny's Plaything right now.
Okay, cool.
Is that because that's basically what it is, right? See what's
Yeah.
revealed about your immediate feature.
Yeah, and remember, you also, because you are at the movie theater, you can take a +1 on this roll if you wish.
Oh yeah. So just 0.
Yeah.
Plus 0 then.
Yeah, so no penalty.
I got an 8.
Okay. So you're standing there and you're just like pacing back and forth, like muttering to yourself, like you're like tapping your head, like you're trying to do like all the things you've seen in movies that like summon entities, and like you're just like looking kind of like a crate, like you're kind of like, looks like you're kind of having like a fit, right? And all of a sudden, at this point you have your back turned to the loading dock, and all of a sudden, you feel like a little gust of wind behind you, and you hear a very familiar voice from behind you, buddy. Like, come on, like we've worked on this. Like, you can do this. And you turn around and there is 14. She is they are sitting on the edge of the loading dock. Orange and gold hair, one green eye, an eye patch, giant scar across their face. Like so many divine entities that you have like seen in movies and things like that, you can tell that like 14 definitely seems young, but also like ageless, and like being young yourself, like you made the mistake like that one time of like asking like 14 how like old they are, and they were just like, I don't know, dude, like I'm ageless. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? And they're sitting there and they're like, the only thing you can think to compare it to is like they're sitting there in this like Xena warrior princess style like armor, and like they've got like their little fencing sword, you know, next to them, and they just got their arms crossed. They're just like shaking their head, and they're like, "What's up, bud? What's going on? What you doing?"
I came to talk to you because I never told anyone about you, but yet Professor Pepe told me he knew you.
Fucking old crook. I specifically told him. Okay, alright, look, my dude, okay, here's the deal. Alright. Professor Pepe is a righteous old dude and like super cool. But listen here. Like, he's fucking harmless, okay? And, you know, he's been dealing with magics and cryptids and like my kind of like business for like a really long time. Since he was like younger than you. You're like what, 9?
What?
You're like 9,
No,
right?
I'm like 18.
Okay, yeah. So like 9. Anyway, and
No matter what age, you're just like 9.
I'm just like 9.
you're just like 9. And like, so he accidentally stumbled across, you know, the divine realm, if you will. And, he met me. He's not a chosen. I've told you before, there can only be one chosen at a time. Like, he and so he was able to kind of tap into like our realm. And so I don't know, like a couple weeks ago, he was like, this is what's happening. The order of Set is rising. Like, I need a champion. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I mean, that's my whole deal. Like, I've got a guy, he's here in town. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, he needs practice because I've tried my best here. And, like, no offense, Terrian, I think you're great. And I chose you for a reason. And you're going to get there.
Well, you sure see me today. I cut off the tail with the sword you gave me on the chain.
Oh, what is that right? What is that right there?
That's nothing to be concerned about. I mean, when it came back to me,
did you yank the chain?
Yeah, like you taught me to bring it back to me, but
no, I tell you all the time, it's a fling, and then you like hold the chain, and the chain comes back to you. I tell you every. You don't have to pull the chain. It's gonna come back to you, okay?
God damn it. Okay.
Trust your weapon. So, like, yeah. I mean, Tyrion, this is what you are here for. This is your purpose, to save the world. Like, I shouldn't make this about me, but, like, I do have people to answer to. Like, make us look good, okay? And, like, I'm here for you. Like, I'm here to help you. Like, I didn't get my eye cut out by the love of my life just to, like, watch my champion fail, okay? So, like, I got this. Like, we got this, dude. Like, we're
Alright, 14. I'll train harder.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna hit you up in, like, a couple days, okay? And we're gonna go back over some things.
Alright. Thanks, 14.
Dave. Dave, what do you do? Do you stay at the tavern to talk to Constance, or are you gonna bounce?
You're asking me a question. Sorry, I was snoring in the corner. What was that, sorry?
Dave.
You start. The thing is, Professor Peppy just goes on and on and on, and I start to nod off. I'm getting old now. It happens.
And, like, Constance just, like, looks at you and it's like, Dave, like, you came here for answers. Like, what?
Yeah, but I've got no answers so far. This is the problem. This is why I started nodding off for, because everyone else was talking, and I was like, yeah, I'll go back to sleep.
Okay, well, Dave, okay, if you're not gonna talk to Professor Peppy, like, Dave, please just, like, talk to me. Like, maybe I can, like, give you some.
I can't talk to her because she still hasn't explained what happened 10 years ago.
Okay, so, like, ask her. Ask Constance, like, be like, I'm leaving if I don't get answers, like, right now. Like, be direct with Constance. Like, you have a past connection with her. Like, what do you say?
I'm trying to phrase the question. Without going into too much detail, I want to know what happened. Why what happened 10 years ago.
Okay. So, Dave, hold on here. I need to pull up the names so that I can do this. Okay, so Dave, as you know, Bags and I were starting to get really rocky, and you were there for me. You were there for me while he was playing with entities and powers and things that were dangerous, that he was so obsessed with figuring out what happened to him that he was just diving in with reckless abandonment. And you were there for me to try and like reel him in. But I mean, you know how Bags is. You know how eccentric and his wild nature. And so that's why you and I got so close, is I leaned on you, and I know that wasn't fair, and I know I made you trust me, and I know how big a deal that is. And so I got concerned for Bags's physical health and well-being as he was tampering with the demonic realm and um with all of that. And so I reached out to the Warrens, and you know the Warrens, and you know how much they care about the cause and protecting people and seeking out the supernatural in healthy and scientific ways. And so they asked me to.
Blah 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 blah. You're not
Dave,
explaining why you disappeared.
Dave,
You just disappeared. You're not explaining it.
I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to explain it.
No. You're trying to puff out the answer. That's what the problem is.
Okay,
You need
I
to be
left.
honest and straight.
Alright, fine. Dave, you know what?
Oh, burn.
Alright, fuck it. Dave, fine. I left because I was trying to seek answers. The Warrens had them, and when I got there. When I got there, I didn't think that it was going to take as long as it did. I thought I would be back the next day, and the next thing I know, I was stuck in a demon pit for a year. And when I came back, you were gone, and there was no trace of you. And I had no way of having anyone tell you.
What did you expect after you? You expected to still be stood there in the same position.
I expected you to come find me.
I'm not going to find you in the Warrens, because then I would be lost as well, and then I don't have the
It
same powers
wasn't-
as you do then.
It wasn't the Warrens' fault. It wasn't the Warrens' fault. They were trying to help me contact the entity that was latching onto Bags, and in the process I lost concentration because I was thinking about you, and I got sucked into this pit, and the Warrens tried to get in contact with you, but because you are so closed off from everyone, they couldn't figure out where you were in Nevada, and a year had passed and you were gone. That's what happened. Are you happy? Do you feel better now?
And Lulu's just
Why-
sat in
why
the corner
that?
eating popcorn.
Lulu's just in the corner, like eating popcorn, just like watching this like drama, like two like obviously like middle-aged adults fighting as if like they just had like a divorce and they're fighting over the kids. Like very amusing. Is there any other questions, Dave?
No,
Any-
because I don't believe anything you've got to say, to be honest, so I'm going back to my van.
Why?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, I will talk to you later, and I will find you some kind of tangible proof to prove to you what happened. And just so
Maybe
you
you-
know, Dave, just so you know, Dave,
You
Back-
have detected 10 years
Back-
is a long time.
Bags knows you're here, and I stopped him from finding you. So just
Bags is your problem as well, so, you know.
yeah, and so I put myself in harm's way again to protect you and fuck him over.
Blah, blah,
So
blah
what
again.
Fine. Okay, fine. All right. Well, whatever. I'll talk to you later. Lulu, you have sat here and watched all of this kind of unfold.
Hey,
What?
I ain't got no other place to be. I live in a fucking park, for fuck's sake. My bed is a park bench. I've got nowhere else to be.
You say this, and Dr. Slice kind of, he puts his hands here, and he kind of looks at Constance, and then he looks to the twins, and the twins kind of like see this look on his face, and they go, Lulu, and Tops, she looks at you and she goes, Lulu, darling, we don't live on campus if for boring people. We have a very nice apartment, not far from here. We have an extra room. It's not a park bench. It has a bed and all of that. It is warded with spells and enchantments. It is a safer place than your park bench has seemed to be. Um, you can come and stay with us because your safety is of the utmost importance at this point, given given that the barrier between this world and the demonic realm is getting weaker by the moment, and we know what Gorgesh wants, and we know that whatever decision you make, you don't want it to be his decision. So we can protect you until you kind of figure out what you want, whether it's joining in on this mission, or even if it's not, we can help you figure out what it is you want out of your life.
I've already decided what I'm doing with this.
And they all kind of look at each other, and Professor Peppy like leans in even further and goes, "And what is that decision, my dear?"
Well, I ain't joining that crazy psycho, so what other choice have I fucking got? I'm joining you guys. At least I know with you guys I'd be a bit fucking safer and I wouldn't be fucking used for shit.
That was my deepest wish. You are obviously strong. You are obviously powerful. But you are still a person, despite what has happened to you. And as a person, demon, fae, cryptid, you still have free will. And you have the right to choose what you make out of your life. And so I am happy to know that you are here to stop this from happening. V and Tops are two of my most trusted friends. They are well connected, and they will take very good care of you. And you head off with the twins to their apartment. And that's where we're gonna leave off tonight.